Yeah, sorry about that, sports fans. We were John C. and Internet Rocky. 10:56 at night. It's October 8th, 2020. I was trying to load up a video concerning about a reminder to vote. Now, we all had seen the videos concerning about the debates that we've had. The one and only major brouhaha between Biden and Trump. And then we've seen a little more sophisticated, civilized, and yet still wooden as the vice president debates between Harris and the stiff upper, no, actually, something up his ass, hence. I'd never seen so much of an unemotional son of a bitch. He is trying to keep it cool, collected, and he looks like he's got more hemorrhoid problems and more constipation than I have ever seen. And with his tax on Harris like crazy, it's like it's okay to attack a woman? Ooh, I don't think so, Skidmore. But regardless of what you thought of the damn debates we've got going on right now, any possible debates we might have, it is still a major reminder of your constitutional duty as United States citizens to vote. That is your right. That is your duty. That is written in the Constitution. In order to have our leaders elected, in order to have our leaders appointed by the public, they have to be voted in, which means audience participation, as in you're a registered voter, you vote, regardless if it's either mail-in or if it's physical. Now, we all know that because of the COVID-19, it screwed things up left and right. So now everything has to be on a mail-in. Sorry for this. A little better for me at this point. So mail-ins are perfectly acceptable. People have done it for years, for decades, since we've got them going. We haven't had any problems, but people have. Some idiots out there kept claiming that there's voter fraud, but there wasn't any to be proven. There's no cases, no people arrested, nothing on record. But the rumor still persists that mail-in ballots are bad and walk-ins are good. But as long as you can get to your nearby precinct, which is hopefully not gerrymandered like crazy, or screwed up because the state government decides they want to mess around with their damn citizens regarding the voting issues. How to interfere with the election process is having your own dumbass state electors going crazy and trying to keep their own fucking jobs by screwing everybody else up at the same time. It just never ceases to amaze me. The voter fraud I would see is when they're doing the gerrymandering and shutting down booths left and right just to make sure that a certain party gets in there. That is unconstitutional. That's un-American. People have a right to vote, damn it. What are they supposed to do? Travel 100 miles to the next voting booth and that's about it? Or because of the COVID-19, because of the fears we've got going on, because that stuff is aerosol and quite deadly, that we have a fear of people going into voting booths. I will tell you something, boys and girls. I live in an apartment complex. I am in a precinct where I am ground zero when it comes down for the voting. Since being here for several years, I have voted a great deal in person. All I got to do is open up the door, walk 10, 15 feet, right into a community center, cast a ballot, no problem. We have the COVID-19 going on right now. And we have to do distancing. We have to make sure that we've got some distance going on. people are going to be voting. A lot of people are voting mail-in ballots, and it's still legal. I say again, it is still legal. Not illegal, legal. As in Legall. Well, one L. Actually, two L's. Counting the spelling of the word, Legal. So yeah, there's actually two words in it. Two L's, not three. Of course, you can argue about that one. Then, of course, you'd have to look up in a dictionary for that one. Little sidetrack right there. This is our right. This is our duty. This is our sacred option right here. This is how we get our leaders in there that we want. Now, hopefully, it will make good laws for us in order to live better lives. And the problem is, it's not happening. We've got leaders who are clueless. I know I'm speaking from, let's expand it a little bit so I can see my own ugly face here. We live in a divided time at this point over here. Our political parties are so split apart and not coming together on some occasions. Hell, let me say a lot of occasions right now, that it's very difficult to deal with what we've got right now. I know. It's very difficult. What we have to deal with is understand we have commonalities. We have a lot of differences, but there are certain common traits we have. We love our country. We try to be patriotic as best as we can. We support our military. We support varied causes. We try to be community orientated. We try to be part of the community, not separate from it. And then our other major differences at this point over here. Other choices that dictate which particular candidate we get in. This is not what to vote for. This is not that kind of video. This is to tell you to vote. Vote your conscience. Vote your ideals. Vote. Just vote. I don't care if you hand a damn thing in, and I don't care if you do a paper airplane. If you mail the thing in, do it properly so it gets counted. Make sure you darken that circles enough and fill in everything that you need to. Make sure the chads are not going to be exposed. It's a clean punch. Or maybe you're doing it just with a stamp. Just make sure it's clear enough. It's solid enough in that area that you're selecting your areas. But please, for the love of St. Mike, vote. Don't disregard this as our country's falling apart and then you don't have to vote. You have to vote. I hate to say it, but you're going to vote. You have to vote. Even if you have to travel 100 miles just to drop in a ballot. It is your job. It is your duty. It is your right. It is put into the Constitution. But keep this in mind. Who and what you vote for matters a great deal to our country. And if you happen to see your particular candidate not in the office, do not go thermonuclear. You participated in the process. You did it democratically. And, of course, you do have the right to protest. It is your right to protest. But let's try not to burn down the country. There are processes. But just make sure that we vote. Because that is the process we're supposed to do. And with that, it's sleep. So I'll see you guys in the morning.